I came up, brother, just like these other young kids, and I was hurt, by guys, and I'm just trying to, do my job, man, and I'm green, and Hans Schmidt was one of them, brother, he hated the young kids, and he just like the pig man. Pig man hurt me, man. Yeah, yeah, and Big Bill Miller, brother. I'll tell you. Let me tell you this story about the pig man, stinking man. So he's getting two headlines here, pig man, and and hey, I don't hate nobody, but there's 360 million people in USA, and put the whole world, whatever. To me, I have not one enemy. Now I hate. I love everybody. I forgive. I carry no grudges. That's what God wants. Now, there may be 10,000 people don't like me. You see what I mean? But I like everybody. I love them. And what I figure is, if they don't like me, that's their problem. But it's just. What was the question? One more time.
You were saying pig man, that you didn't have an enemy, man, but you weren't a fan.
Yeah. I was in out there in Ohio, and we were in fairgrounds, and they had dirt on the floor where the ring is, and they had boards going to the ring with our shoes so we get in to wrestle. And outside is not only dirt, but manure, whatever, because they have horse shows, they show cattle and everything when the ring's not there. Well, the pig man, and while we're wrestling, boom, boom, he took his nasty fingernails and scraped my back a couple of times, and it was bleeding. I don't know. I'm just trying to have a good match, and I'm really green, man, because they just sent me there, and he didn't like me. He didn't like no kids, and then he threw me out, and I don't know better. I hooked the rope like I'm supposed to, but then boom and boom, right in that dirt and manure and right on my back, and my back. I didn't know it was bleeding. I knew he scratched me or got me, but there's ways to do this without doing that, and he dug in. And I got back, and the Grand Wizard met me there, and he is so mad. He is so mad at not at me, at the pigman. And he says, Jimmy, get in that shower right now. Oh, wash that off, get that off. Oh my goodness, for infection or what. And he said, I'll be right back. He went to get the Dr. Big Bill Miller. And I came in, and I'm in the shower, and I'm getting everything, and it's burning and everything. So I know he got me. But I'm trying to have a good match. I didn't, whatever. And then Big Bill Miller's on the main event. And he's 6'5", brother, 350 pounds, and he's a shooter. He can go. He walks in there and grabs his soap, and he's got his boots on and all his main event clothes, not the jacket, everything ready to wrestle soon. And he takes the soap and he says, turn around. And he washes my back. And he's getting, trying not right underneath, but he's getting wet. He's got my back, and he's scrubbing it, boy, all with the soap. He says, rinse that off. He says, dry off, just pat it, don't rub it, real easy. I'll be right back. Don't get dressed. And he leaves. And he comes back, and time I get dried off and that, and he was he's a veterinarian doctor. And when he went to Michigan, and he was their heavyweight champion Olympia for collegiate wrestling, and the best and rough guy, and so he puts the ointment on me, which is really good for it, the animals and that, but it's good for humans. He uses it, and some kind of like a Neosporin or something like something that will affect it and everything, and so he got all that on me. He says, put the shirt on, And he says, when you get home, wash and get a good ointment and put that on and have your wife take care of you and until all that heals, and keep your eye on it. If it gets real red and you go to the doctor, bop, bop, bop. And later on, they used to pay every night. So we'd wait around, and we had 2 dressing rooms. We dressed here, the good guys and the bad guys over there, but back and forth, whatever. But then Ernie comes back to me, Ernie Roth, and he says, I just starting, man. I was just starting, and then they're so good because he managed me, in New York later. But he really was helped me. I had so many good mentors, that really helped me, but not the pig man. So he says, Jimmy, he says, Big Bill Miller, doctor, he says, I just seen him. He just came right over to him. He says, right now, he had the pig man pinned up in one of them stalls back there, because it was a fairground. And he had him in the corner. And he says, if you ever do that to another young green kid, he says, you're going to have me to answer for. And I says, and it won't be pretty. He says, you understand? Do you? And boy, he just, all of bullies, man, they just cracked like if someone stand up to them, but I didn't know what was happening. And I probably couldn't have stood up to him anyway, because he was he was a tough guy, but not tough as the Dr. Big Bill Miller. So he was a gentle giant. See what I mean? So there's so many great guys, and then there's so many guys like him, Hans Schmidt. He was another guy. I heard so many guys that would do that didn't like the young boys.
Yeah.
Me, real fast, James. Real fast. I'm sorry. Me, real quick. Brother, I would hurt myself before I hurt my opponent. You understand? We're trying to make a living for a family. Hey, I wouldn't hurt no one on purpose. I'd hurt myself if I had to, do something, brother, before I hurt them. And then that's the gospel.